Upon seeing them, Prince Nikolai does not make a scene or voice some idle protest. After all, it is the third time they have searched his room in 6 months, and he even recognizes one of the fellows. So, familiar with the procedure and weary from a long day, he offers them the same unassuming smile, lets them inside, and sits at the little table by the window as they go about their business. The prince has nothing to hide. Just 16 years old when the Hermitage fell, he has never read a tract or harboured a grudge. If you asked him to play the imperial anthem, he wouldn't remember how. He even sees some sense in his grand old house being divvied up. His mother and sisters in Paris, his grandparents dead, the family servants scattered to the winds. What was he going to do with 30 rooms? All he really needed was a bed, a wash basin, and a chance to work. But at 2 a.m, the prince is awakened with a shove by the officer in charge. In his hands is a textbook, a Latin grammar from Nikolai's days at the Imperial Lyceum. "Is it yours?" There is no point in lying. "Yes," he says. "I attended the academy when I was a boy." The officer opens the book, and there on the front plate, looking regal and wise, is a picture of Tsar Nicholas II, the possession of which is a crime. The prince has to laugh, for he had taken such pains to remove all portraits, crests, and royal insignia from his room. The captain slices the page out of the grammar with the blade of a knife. He marks the back with the time and place, and has the prince undersign it. The prince is taken to the Lubyanka, where he is held for several days and questioned once again regarding his loyalties. On the 5th day, all things considered, fate spares him, for he is not ushered to the courtyard and put against the wall, nor is he shipped off to Siberia. He is merely given a -6, the administrative sentence that allows him to roam Russia at will, as long as he never sets foot in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kiev, Kharkov, Yekaterinburg, and Tbilisi, that is, the country's 6 largest cities. About 50 miles from Moscow in Tukovo, the young prince resumes his life, and for the most part he does so without resentment, indignation, or nostalgia. In his new hometown, the grass still grows, the fruit trees blossom, and young women come of age. In addition, by virtue of his remoteness, he is spared the knowledge that 1 year after his sentence, a trio of Cheka will be waiting for his old instructor when he comes home to the small apartment where he lives with his aging wife. When they haul him before a troika, what seals his fate and sends him to the camps is evidence that on multiple occasions he had hired former person Nikolai Petrov to play in his quartet, despite a clear prohibition against doing so. But having said that you needn't bother to remember the name of Prince Petrov, I should note that despite the brief appearance of the round-faced fellow with a receding hairline a chapter hence, he is someone you should commit to memory, for years later he will have great bearing on the outcome of this tale.